whole lot of money, got a pole.
The story of Antonio Brown is a story of someone who was misunderstood. If I were to tell you the now famous rapper AB was once a star in the NFL, you probably wouldn't believe me. At one point, AB would have been a lethal weapon for any fantasy football team he was a part of, but today, AB's only look into the NFL is playing fantasy football. And while just 2 years ago, the world would have regarded Antonio Brown as the future Hall of Famer he was, lately he seems to be at the end of what was a very long fall from grace. With an elite rapist at quarterback, a SoundCloud rapper running the ball, and a man who was on the verge of losing his mind all in the same locker room, the 2018 Steelers offense was destined for a breakup. In February of 2019, Antonio Brown's request for a trade was the eventual kickoff of the greatest downfall of a superstar the world would ever see.
AB tweeting a picture of himself in a Raiders uniform, so trading in the yellow and black for the black and silver, the Steelers reaching an agreement to trade the four-time All-Pro to Oakland.
Not long after he publicly made that request, the Steelers agreed to send AB to the Raiders, a place Brown would eventually be happy to call home. However, before Antonio Brown could practice with his new team, he faced the first obstacle in his journey.
But the nature of Antonio Brown's injury has finally been revealed, and Nabil, this is a new one.
Right.
Frostbite.
Of course, football is a dangerous sport, and all stars get injured all the same. Antonio Brown would find himself in that position not long after joining the Raiders. Next to CTE, frostbite is one of the most common injuries NFL players face. After not wearing the proper footwear to a cryotherapy session, Antonio Brown found himself with frostbite. But it wouldn't be his feet that would stop him from being a Raider. During his stint in Oakland, the NFL began what was the eventual blackballing of AB. Rosa Parks was a hero who refused to move from her seat. Gandhi marched and starved himself, but even more a hero was Antonio Brown.
The NFL passed rules last spring that said certain helmets will not be allowed to be worn. And Antonio Brown is adamant that he continues to get to wear his old helmet, which he knows and is comfortable with and has protected him through the years, but that helmet is on the NFL's ban list.
The NFL tried to take away his helmet, and that is where Brown drew the line. Antonio Brown chose to sit out, refusing to go to practices until the NFL would let him wear his outdated helmet. It seemed Antonio Brown already had CTE, so he felt he had every right to wear his Shut Air Advantage, a helmet discontinued from the manufacturer who felt it was outdated and unsafe. This is what began Brown's battle with the Raiders, a battle which would start and end before he would play a game in silver and black. After numerous fines, Antonio Brown would get into a fight with Raiders GM Mike Mayock. Fines grew into suspensions, which grew into Antonio Brown's eventual release from the Raiders. Freedom.
They lost it, let me see it.
Look at Adam Schefter.
The Raiders free!
Bro,
Oh, let's go!
oh, fucking nigga.
Luckily for Antonio Brown, there exists a team who's willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, it did not take very long, and it is exactly what everyone who thought they were so funny this morning was saying, except it's extremely real. A one-year deal for Antonio Brown with the New England Patriots. Yes, actually.
With Belichick's Patriots way, Antonio Brown was destined to be cured of the madness and go back to the Hall of Famer he knows he is. But it seemed AB was taking a page out of a different kind of playbook, following in the footsteps of his former Steelers quarterback.
This morning, more drama off the field for NFL star Antonio Brown. The Patriots' new wide receiver hit with a lawsuit in federal court, accusing him of raping his former trainer.
Antonio Brown was hit with his first lawsuit, but Bill Belichick, always putting the good of the team ahead of all, bravely allowed AB to play against the Dolphins. Brown returned the favor by catching a touchdown pass in his first game with his new team. Then came Fartgate.
A Pittsburgh doctor is the latest filing a lawsuit against former Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown. The New York Post says the doctor claims Brown repeatedly passed gas in his face and laughed about it. TMZ obtained a video of an appointment of August of last year where where Brown can be heard breaking wind.
While the Patriots seem okay with rapists, murderers, and cheaters, it seems as though farting is where you cross the line. After being hit with a lawsuit accusing AB of farting in the face of his doctor, the Patriots opted to make AB a free agent once again. Following his eventual release from the Patriots, Antonio Brown went quiet for a few months. Then December rolls around, and Antonio Brown live streams a confrontation with the police to his Instagram channel. The Saints chose to bring Antonio Brown in for a workout following this, and ultimately they chose not to sign the controversial receiver. It becomes blatant at this point that the NFL is blackballing Antonio Brown. News of Antonio Brown was finally starting to quiet down, as the media was likely trying to shun him. So Brown did what he knew he had to do to get hurt.
It's the bag of dicks. Bag of dicks for the dicks.
When the police arrived to Antonio Brown's house again due to a domestic altercation, Antonio Brown pulls out his phone to live stream himself, offering the police gummies shaped like penises to thank them for their services. Weeks later, a warrant comes out for the inevitable arrest of Antonio Brown. Freshly released from jail, Antonio Brown did what any Floridian with too much free time on his hands would do. He began to pursue his journey into the rap game. On January 5th, just 1 week after the Saints decided not to sign him, AB released his first song, Whole Lotta Money.
Let me put a little raise in.
Whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. Got a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. I got a whole lot of money.
His first track received mixed feedback, with many not understanding the deeper meaning of the lyrics. You see, the message AB was trying to convey was that he's got a whole lot of money. Though these days, Antonio Brown isn't making the same money he once was, as he struggles to make his way back into the league, let's not forget the great teammate he once was. What started with Juju showing his appreciation and admiration for rapist Ben Roethlisberger sparked a shower of brotherly love from Brown. When Brown fired at Juju, the young receiver defended AB by saying, "That's my guy," in an interview. This was followed by AB taking to Twitter to blame Juju for fumbling away the season when the young receiver was crowned team MVP. This sparked an everlasting feud between the two.
Play football I don't want, bro. I don't even need the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to prove nothing to anyone. If they want to play, they're gonna play by my rules. If not, I don't need to play.
You want the game now?
I mean, obviously I want the game, but I don't need the game. It's a different. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to play for no one. Like, I'm happy you see this. It's paid off cash. I don't owe no one. I'm a millionaire, bro. I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I don't have to prove no one anything. You know what I mean? Like, I never quit and miss a game ever. I check my record. They know my background. But that's what the NFL is organization. Organizations could create narratives and lower your value based on your position, but you can't lower my value. I'm Antonio Brown. I come from somewhere. I stand for something. I showed you. You know what I mean? If someone don't believe that, perfect. Don't call me. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm perfectly fine walking away fully healthy or whatever.
Antonio Brown eventually shifted his focus from his former teammate to the league as a whole. In a series of tweets, AB stated he doesn't want to play football again after defaming the NFL. This was followed shortly by an apology to his Instagram. 4 days later, he was back at it again. These days, it's not certain if Antonio Brown will ever play in the NFL again, or if he even wants to. It's unclear if the man knows the answer himself. What he does seem sure of is that he wants to focus on his music career. He's released 10 songs now, and one of them is so popular it has over 100,000 streams on Spotify. Each day, it becomes more abundantly clear that AB has transcended football. What began as a successful career in the NFL has blossomed into a rap career that SoundCloud artists would envy, an academic life that only rivals Harvard, and social media fame. As for the lesson the Antonio Brown saga has taught us, keep your emotions off the internet.